I don't know if showing this is really a good idea, but it's just how things have to be sometimes. So this bar has a lot of side to side movement in it. If you put a chain in it, you can actually put a straight edge against the outside of the cutter and it'll sit flat against the bar. Having a look at it, what it's done, it's actually rolled the top of the rails. It started to splay out on both sides. You got a few options to repair something like this. People do make little roller pull throughs. It has a roller that sits either side of it, and you pull it down the bar to start closing them up. So I just got the feeler gauges out, get them in there. It's nice and tight in the bottom, but there's a lot of movement up in the top. So yeah, there's a right way to fix this and the wrong way to fix this. And we're going to utilise the tools that I have to fix this the wrong way. Alright, so we disassemble them, drop them down into the rail, start at an end. Just going to use the flat anvil section on the back of a bench vise and a hammer. Just going to be trying to hit it out along that outer edge to pinch the top of that rail back in. Slide that down to the next section and just carry on like this down the bar. So what usually happens is the bar rails have quite a lot of depth to them. It takes a long time to wear down through them, but especially with this bar, because of what it's doing, it will end up splaying slightly at the top. So it's helpful to come along every so often and do this. I think manufacturers now recommend that you throw the bar away, but they used to sell tools to do this. And they used to actually give you a description of how to do this in manuals. The only advice I can really give, whatever you put in the groove, have it slightly smaller than you want it to be. You need to allow that metal to close up a little bit more when you're hitting it, and it should come back out to about where you need it. If you end up in a situation where you've closed it too much, get something slightly thicker, drive it down through there. Don't have to worry on a replaceable nose tip about getting anything up the end. Just about every bar manufacturer's replaceable tips are set at 0.63. They're just designed to be slightly bigger up there. The chain doesn't really ride in them anyway. Still got quite a bit of side to side play down here. So we'll go again. Feels pretty good up in the top here. It's down lower, so we'll hit it with a bit more force this time around. Flip it over and work the other side back in. So one way to check your bar, hopefully it'll show up on camera. Just take some form of flat edge. You can use the size of a depth gauge file. What you want to do is put it up against the bar and put it up against the outside corner of a cutter and push it in. What you're looking for is a gap. I have no idea if it's going to be visible on the camera or not. I suspect it won't be. But you're looking for there to be a gap between the straight edge and the side of the bar. If you can put it on there and push on the outside of that cutter and the file lays flat against the side of the bar, that means there's too much movement in the actual groove, the bar rail. You might need to look at closing it up or replacing the bar. So that's worked out pretty well. That's pretty tight in there now. You just want to, it's easier when it's mounted on a saw, but we'll make do. Just want to pull the chain through there, push it around back and forth. Just have a feel to see if there's any tight spots in it. Because if there's a spot where you've hammered it in too far, you're going to end up with a big burnt section on the chain. So you're looking for anywhere where it might catch up. Sorry, you'll end up with a big burnt section on the bar. So you want to see anywhere where it might bind up. You just want it to move freely the whole way along. A little bit of side to side play is alright. Doesn't have to be absolutely rock solid. I suggest whenever you buy a new bar, have a good feel of it. Try and remember what it's like. So yeah, that's pretty good. Not a lot of side to side play there. Alright, so that's a bit of a bodgy backyard way of doing it. It's not really the right way or the recommended way. But, I mean, it requires very simple tools. Stuff you probably already got laying around. Just find any bit of metal you can that's about the thickness of your bar groove. A little bit smaller. And you can go through and do it that way. It's not ideal, but definitely works. It's better than buying a new bar.